What's up, guys? It's Chris here to give some quick UFC 121 afterthoughts. Um, I know I said I was gonna do a video last night, but when I got home, man, I had got rained on pretty bad on the way home, and I was just tired and kind of cold. So I shot a video, but it didn't come out too good. I didn't really feel like redoing it. It was just cold, and tired. So I figured I'd do one today real quick before the show, which is like an hour away. Good event. Uh, I was surprised there was many decisions before the main event. I was surprised, the 4 bouts on the main card before the main event went to decisions, but the show moved along pretty well. None of them were really that boring, these fights, except for maybe a Cameron Shields wasn't the most entertaining, but I mean that was expected, I think, by most fans, including myself. Just going to talk about the main bouts real quick. First bout, Shab Gonzaga. Shab pretty much just outboxed Gonzaga to a win. I will give credit to Gonzaga. I thought when he got hit, he would fold. It looked like he was going to in the first round, but he held in there. He held his own up. And he was even pushed forward late in the fight. But Brendan Schaub definitely deserved the win by unanimous decision. Next up, we had Tito Ortiz, Matt Hamill. Tito came out with a good first round. He came out looking strong, throwing a lot, looked healthy. Looks as close to a, prime Tito as you're going to get at this stage of his career. But second round, kind of slowed down a little bit. Neither guy was really having a big advantage until Matt Hamill got the takedown and then started ground and pounding, and Tito really couldn't do nothing off his back. Third round kind of started out the same. Both guys were kind of hesitant, holding back a little bit in the third round. I thought Hamill would be more aggressive with the takedowns considering the success he had in the second round with the takedown and the ground and pound. But he was a little hesitant, but eventually he did shoot for the takedown, got it, and held Tito down, hit him some more with the ground and pound successfully, and ended up getting a unanimous decision. So good win for Matt Hamill, probably the biggest one of his career. And for Tito, it just looks like father time or whatever it is caught up with him, and his best days are behind him. And I don't know, Dana White, by what he was saying afterwards on MMA Live, it'd be curious to see how long of much more Tito's going to be in the UFC at this stage. Still can sell pay-per-views, I'm sure, here and there, but I sad to say for Tito, but I think it's pretty clear that his best days are definitely behind him. Next up, co-main event of the night, Jake Shields at Martin Kampmann. Shields, I didn't know until Joe Rogan said it. It's actually something I talked about last week on the radio show. I said I expected Shields to win as long as he didn't have trouble getting down to 170. And Joe Rogan said when the fight was starting that Shields looked like he had a lot of trouble getting down to welterweight, and it showed. First round he got the takedown, but when he got mount, Martin Kampmann, credit to Martin Kampmann, was able to get up really quick from being mounted on. Same happened in, I believe, the second or third round. But Jake Shields, after the first round, was pretty much spent. He had no energy. He was completely dead on his feet. But regardless, he was able to persevere. Martin Kampmann had the huge advantage on the feet, but he just didn't let his hands go enough. Martin had a few good takedown defenses, some good, he was trying to get some chokes here and there. He did get the better of it on the feet when it was there, but I just don't think he was aggressive enough or active enough on the feet where he had a real advantage, especially with Jake Shields being so exhausted. Third round, Martin should have been able to close the show, but he kind of let Jake kind of played on the ground with Jake a little bit too much, and Jake was able to gain position and ride it out. I thought the fight could go either way, decision-wise. I thought it could even been a draw. Obviously, I don't think Jake Shields should have won 30-27 on one scorecard. I don't think Jake Shields won the second round. I don't see how that's possible, but I don't really have a problem with Jake Shields getting the win, but I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to get that shot at GSP next after this performance, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to fight at welterweight, if it's going to be as much trouble as it was from in this fight, obviously. On to the main event of the night. Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar. I gotta say, this fight did not go as I anticipated. Now, granted, I thought Cain was going to win this fight, but definitely not in the fashion that he did. I actually thought if the fight ended early, that maybe Brock would be the one winning. I didn't think Brock would come out strong, and he did. Came out very fast, aggressive, going for the takedown, shooting for a jumping knee, I believe it was, or a flying knee, got Cain down, but Cain was able to get back up pretty quickly, and was able to, stuff and stop Brock's second takedown attempts. And once he did, he was in control of the fight from there on. Definitely hurt Brock with the punches. I don't know what initially hurt Brock. It was hard to see. I just saw, you saw Brock spin back, get up, and fall back into the cage, and Cain was all over him from there on. Landed big punches. I believe he landed a knee to Brock, which really hurt Brock. And Brock, very reminiscent of the Shane Carwin fight. The way he reacted to getting hit, he just is not accustomed to getting hit. And he just doesn't react well to it. No fighter likes to get hit, but Brock definitely has a reaction of a fighter that hasn't been hit a lot in his career. And he hasn't, if you think about it. And just the way he defends and he reacts to it, it's very, it's unnatural. It's something you don't see in a lot of fighters. And Cain jumped all over him, Unlike Carwin, Cain had the gas tank to just stay on him, pick his shots very well, get great positioning, and keep Brock down there and just hover over him and just keep letting his hands go. And, Brock tried to survive, tried to, kind of squib away, I guess you would call it, like he did in the Cain Carwin fight, but Cain never really gave him a chance to breathe. Cain was all over him, and eventually the ref had to stop the fight, Dean. And I think the stoppage was just right when he stopped it, Brock was pretty much turtling up, kind of turning to the side, and you could just tell it was just a matter of time, delaying the inevitable, I guess you would say. So, impressive win for Cain Velasquez. That's all you could say, got taken down, got up, and just dominated Brock Lesnar from there on. So, a great performance by the new heavyweight champion of the world, Cain Velasquez. What's next for him? Junior Dos Santos. Definitely a fight to look forward to. Intriguing matchup. Definitely a different matchup than this one, but an intriguing one nonetheless. As for Brock, going to have to take some time off, regroup. He definitely has the ability to be the champion once again, but Brock's just going to have to, something inside of him, he's going to have to deal with, learning how to deal with when you get hit. Respond better, it's not an easy thing in there, it's not a natural thing. But I am looking forward to seeing what Brock does next in his career, because he's a very intriguing fighter, and I think there's always going to be that interest in him whenever he fights. So who knows what's next for Brock, but I know I'll be watching, and probably most of you guys will as well. Anyways, that's it for now. I'm going to be talking this in about less than an hour's time on the Science Violence Radio Show. If you guys want to call in and give your thoughts on this event, would love to hear it. Scheduled guests, I was supposed to have King Mo on to talk about this and some other stuff, so hopefully that'll go through. If not, I'll just be taking calls and talking about UFC 121 for the majority of the show. And I'll put a link in the information part of the video as always, and link to my Twitter as well. And until then, let me know what you guys thought of the event, what you thought of the main event, and who you think should have won Shields Cameron. Kind of curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And, oh man, I forgot about the Diego Sanchez-Paulo Thiago fight. I don't know how I overlooked that. Good win from Diego Sanchez, though. I picked Paulo Thiago to win, but Diego definitely looked a lot closer to the Diego that we came to know when he first entered the UFC. Very aggressive, pushed the pace, and just in the second round when he went wild and got that reverse and picked up Paulo Thiago, ran across the ring with him and slammed him. The people I was watching with myself, we were going crazy, man. It was insane. So, good win for Diego. I don't know if it's being back at welterweight. I don't know if it's training back with the Greg Jackson's camp, but looked much like the Diego Sanchez of his better days. So I'm looking forward to see what's next for Diego. Good one for him. Anyways, that's it for now. Check me out, Science Violence Radio Show. Link in the information part at 3 o'clock, less than an hour's time. Till next time, guys. I'm out.